Welcome back to the Playhouse. As you can see, Muthoni has changed her threads and she's looking amazing. First of all, a big shout out to who are you wearing? First time on the Playhouse.
I'm wearing all Kenyan everything. I'm wearing our culture and our creativity and our vibes. This is On Your Culture. This is On Your Culture as well. This is Adele de Jacques. This is Kobe Nairobi. I've had this for a long time. It's stuff that you buy and it lasts forever. Nueni vitu za Kenya. Vitu za Kenya ni kali. Wasanii wa Kenya ni wakali. Wacha kukaa kama mtu mshamba.
Okay, anyway.
Plug.
For real, I love how you're dressed. So last we spoke, we spoke for like another nice good 4 hours, and I loved that conversation, properly painted, and we're continuing the conversation. We ended at blankets and wine, but you painting how the formation of it to the first gig, but you just go on with the story.
Cool. So 2008, we do blankets in November, then in December. Then in January, I'm like, yo, I need to take a small thinking break. And also it's January. So we thought, because further down the history of life, Blankets and Wine will prove that January is as good a time as any to have the best concert in your life.
Nice.
But at that time, I was just like, yo, January, I needed to think. I wanted to be like, I had tested the hypothesis and the hypothesis had come true. It's true. If all the artists come together and you work together and you pull your audiences together, people will come for you. People love music and they would follow you. Even if they don't like music, even if they don't know you, they like music and they like the idea of being in a garden with their friends, boozing their booze and like watching this music. Like, it's kind of a simple formula when you really think about it.
It is.
And look hot, because why not, So during that January, I just wrote volumes and volumes of thoughts. And I just felt like I saw the whole, how far it can be. I wrote a list of any artist in the world that I thought could, play at it. I wrote how it would go into East Africa, then which other parts of Africa would be interesting, and then where else it could go in America, in Europe. I just thought, when you're just having a lucid dream. My mom was like, "Hiya, by the way, mi narudi Matasia. Bye, guys." So I was like, what do you mean? I can't move to Matasia. Now I have this thing called Blankets and Wine, which now the next one is in February, and I'm everything. I'm the everything. Anything that could be done. I'm the marketing, I'm the organizer, I'm the meeting holder, I am the bank. Damn, crazy. My mom has moved out. Me and my cousin were like, nah, we're gonna move across the road to another SQ over there, some to 3 rooms, and the toilet and the shower even outside, but we're like, bro, it's safe, and we're in Nairobi, so we can continue doing our life. And that's just, it's like everything came at me real time. And so it's like, okay, now the third one, February, people came, and every month
still same place,
Diana. And now people every month would sit with the kabuyas, would think about ideas, places we could put our posters or our flyers, restaurants,
shopping malls,
schools. We're just like, yo, where are there people who can want to come and booze while they watch music? And I don't mean to make it sound light. It's just to us, we were just this thing has to work. It has to work. We want it to work.
And grow.
And it is working. So we want it to grow. We want more people to experience this thing. And so just like that, February, people came. Now February, we even had a better stage. It wasn't now dancing in the wind. Now we had a better stage. Artist management. Suddenly it's artist management, because I think there are some artists there Unasi, who we knew each other but we'd never worked before. So now it's oh my god, then there are 6 of them. It's oh my god, artists, where do they eat, where do they sit waiting for their show, managing all that, managing the door, managing a lot of managing.
And Capital FM are still hooking you up
so with. So now, no, Capital actually only advertised the first one.
Okay.
The second one, they said that the station was busy, and it's true because it was December, it was full of ads, and I remember, in fact, Kanjimbuga was dropping his album. Then Kanji even had billboards, and I was just like, I wish. Sawa. So we didn't do it, and then when we went back, they were like, okay, so now commercial terms, and we couldn't afford it. It's like, dude, right now it's only our friends coming, so we'll be back. But my friends also kept saying, you should just build this thing with the audience, music and audience. Just do that. Just do that, even if it feels like no one is seeing you, and even if it feels like you're flying under the radar. Just do that. That's going to have a much longer impact and effect than if somebody brokers the conversation on your behalf. If somebody has to tell somebody about you, advertise you. Yeah. It's like I have to sell you, right? Instead of doing that, just build this thing with the audience. When the audience comes and derives the value, and the artist plays and they derive the value, that thing is going to just be like... So I was like, okay, cool. Anyway, we can't also afford them, so just take the good advice of your friends. I must say I'm in the habit of taking good advice from my friends. My friends give some amazing advice. And you should do that. If you have smart friends, listen to your friends' advice, bro. Si kila wewe, everything ni wewe. Shut up. Yeah. Anyway. So then February comes through, guys come through.
Well, one sec, just move your hair from
I'm sorry.
The microphone. Okay, right on.
So in February, people come through, it's dope. In March, people come through. And then April, it was Easter, we need long weekend. And also it rains in Nairobi. Or at least we predicted that it would be raining in Nairobi in Easter. So yes, we go to Diani. Yes, let's go to Diani.
To do blankets. What?
I was mad. I don't recommend.
Are you serious? I thought you were going to tell me how it was dope.
It worked out so well, bro.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for.
Listen, we were just like, yo, it sounds risky, but audience ni watu. Sawa. See location, sio Nairobi. Kama April kila mtu anaenda coast, peleka show coast. There was a rhythm to the madness. Yep. And then now if we're in coast, now Diani is very beautiful. It's a very enjoyable experience. There's the ferry part, which is like, okay, madness. It is what it is, guys. But except for that part, really enjoyable, and we just felt like music, the beach, you're already in Costa. Come on. And our audience was like, Tua 20.
So who did you partner with?
First, I want to thank Kaz everlastingly. Kaz at that time was living in the coast. Kaz like, yeah, go do the research. Tukakubaliana. Kaz akaenda kanifanyia research here. You should ask here, you should ask here. Dude, what do we know about Diani except good times? It's like how we get to do this thing. Anyway, so we were at 40 Thieves, and they have a lawn next to the beach, and we're like, perfect. So we set up on the lawn, and they have all these trees, and in the afternoon there was music. I don't know if that's the one that Sauti Sol played at, or it was, no, Sauti Sol played that, the one for 2010. Me, Sauti Sol, Mzungu Kicha, it was so amazing. I even think some politician came, Kalembendile, he was in Coastal. He was just like, party over there, he just came.
So who played at this first one?
Who played in the first coast? I think there was me, I think, Kachumbari 7. God, really? Why am I doing so poorly? I'm sure we can find you the information.
Yes, I know.
So that you can write it and fill in my shady brain gaps.
Or put the pictures in.
But
how was it? Was it successful? Did people turn up?
Oh my God, so people came on the bus. Is it that one? So I'm trying to think if it's that one. Nyakabi, help me. If it's the one for 2009 or 2010 where there was a bunch of guys coming. Akina, Grace Salame, your squad. We were squad. I think they were coming with the artist. Maya played. And then...
and were you offering accommodation? Was it a partnership?
Of course. Blankets has always been and will always be maintained as a professional organization dealing with artists. So you have fees, you have accommodation, you have transport, you have meals. That's like the way it's meant to be, bro.
That's so cool.
But that thing is stress.
As organizer, of course.
Guy. Guy. Maybe that's why I blanked out this year. Like, yes, it was exhilarating doing it and seeing all your friends coming through, hiring a bus to come to Costo with a bus, people sleeping in Nyali. And a lot of people, to be honest, so we've just begun. We are 3 months old. November, December, February, March, 4 months old. So it's not that you're looking for everybody. It's just like, this like 185 people of yours.
Oh, nice.
Like at least 150 of these people are in coast. It has nothing to do with you. It's Easter. Like Kenyans go to the coast in Easter.
Yep.
So you just have the bash.
There.
Just have the bash there. That's what I meant by saying. Audience, when we think about audience, we're often locked into like a geographic location. My Kenyan audience, my East African audience. Audience ni ule mtu amekukubali. So kama umekubaliwa na watu 50, that's your audience. Work with that. So us guys were working with that. Is it too loud? No. Okay. So we go, we negotiate with the owners of 40 Thieves, setting it up. Whew, it was intense. That was one of the most exhilarating but most intense things I've ever done in my life. When I think about it now, that's a thing that you can only do because you don't know. Okay.
It sounds like a nice idea then.
And because you don't know better, you'll do it and it'll probably work. So there's also that thing, I think, like when you're beginning something new, the universe is just throwing you like some support, bro. It's like, do that thing. It's just like some ideas, do that thing. Because by doing that thing so early in the game, we learned that lesson for our audience. Who is our audience? And what does our audience value? And as long as we're able to deliver that idea to the audience, they will enjoy us. But there's a huge... It's also because of the musicians. Yep. We love the musician. We want to have the musician be like, this is an icon gig in my life. You know, the guys are like, I played Glastonbury. Like, it's an icon gig for you. It's like when something really changed for you, something beautiful, you felt respected, you felt whatever from us. But then also from the audience, it's this place where you got to be a professional in front of your people. Like, the sound's good, you look dope, like, you're easy. Just be a rock star.
Yep.
These people came to give you their love and you came to receive their love, you know.
Nice.
That's what taught us. So we learned that very early in the game. So whereas there could have been pressure for like, this thing needs to become bigger and bigger and bigger, because there's always some advice on the street that bigger is better. It's not true. Bigger is not necessarily better.
Hey, you're dropping nuggets. No, I'm serious.
And even you can still scale something small.
Yep.
Right? It doesn't mean that it can't happen at a scale. Scale means like instead of just one person in a jiza, if it can do that as a small thing, it doesn't have to become bigger. In fact, a lot of, as we learned further down the story of Blankets and Wine, like there's some years where like every event, the next one is bigger than the next one is bigger than the next one is bigger than that. Those were some of the hardest years we worked, bro.
Yo.
The problems become bigger.
A rapper once said, more money, more problems.
Exactly. The creative reward also decreases. Sasa tu mkomboching. But
Okay, yeah.
Here in 2009, we are just like so happy. I couldn't believe that. Yani, I could not believe we pulled it off. My young heart thought it was going to explode. We did that gig. It was amazing. We came back to Nairobi and we just kept building. And a thing that I think is very important, I say, there was never any big leaps. It's like 235. In fact, I think March we sold out our tickets.
And your tickets were at that time how many?
300. I was like, 300? Where have 300 people come from? But it makes sense, right? So if you began with 120 and in the next month we had 106, so you know we have like an average there of, you can at least say like 110ish over there, right? 108ish. So if you are now at 300,
that's 3 times.
Correct. In the space of 1 month, that's good growth.
That's excellent growth.
Okay. But I think that I wish I knew that then. Because me, first, let me just tell you, I would like to remind you, I was just a babe trying to make music, bro. I've been trying at this music shit,
Oh, yes,
okay?
Yes, I remember.
Do you remember?
I remember the
me
story.
Singing,
Yes, yes.
okay?
Yep.
Me touring.
Dance.
Me even touring, okay? Without a damn single, being like, learning, scheming, just trying to get it. I have an EP out. Me, I'm a musician. What I would prefer and what I like to do is to wake up in the morning, practice some songs, play my drums, go have rehearsal with the guys, like lose my temper because I'm impatient, learning, learn each other's personality, then like do a show. Then now think about like fashion. That's the stuff that I love to do. Okay?
So this event organizing.
So now this event organizing, I was down, you know, when we were in DAS, because it's like, bro, I mean, it's my homies who are coming through. Technically, this is a big house party. Technically,
true. So
Okay.
cool.
So now, what do you mean? What do you mean? I remember my friend Sam Minor. I was like, yo, Sam worked at Dormans then. Yo, I'm Dormans. Sam is the one who got Dormans to work with us forever.
Yeah.
We love them. So Sam is like, yo, now this thing, you have to understand this thing is a brand, man. You know this thing. And now he was just talking and I was just like, you know, like a deer in headlights. I'm like, brand? No, bro. What do you mean?
This is my house party that's outside
First,
now.
first, a brand is Safaricom.
Whoa.
Okay, step one. Step two, when you say that, now it becomes like, So I started getting some excruciating headaches.
Whoa. For reals.
I'd already started having them of stress, but like when I would put my foot on the ground, as one does normally, God, you know, it would be like spark of pain. It was terrible. So I was like, damn, what's going on? And then it'd go. So several months later, I was like, after that conversation with Sam, now the pain was so much. I was like, I think I'm stressed. I think this is the thing people would say, stress. I think I'm stressed. How come? So I went to Mrs. Kabuya. I was like, yo, I need to chill. She looked at me. She's like, cool, got you. And then sent me to a club that they are members in. And she's like, just sleep there for like 3 or 4 days. That's a guardian angel. Because it was a lot.
I can imagine. You've been flung into this new world.
It was a lot.
Yeah. This is like on the 4th Blankets and Wine now when all this is happened.
After like Diani,
2000
May, June. This is 2009, bro.
And 9, huh?
Yeah, we are several. We're just months
Months old, yeah.
And just that panic of like, I cannot. And I'm like, okay. You, if you don't call it brand, don't call it brand. If that's what's making you panic, you just think about like just the next one, the next two, and balance that out with your music. Now, June, April, no. March, probably. March, Blankets and Wine. I'm singing my 2 songs there. On stage at Blankets and Wine. And then I just have an out-of-body experience. I just see like me, just in front of me, look at me being like, boring! This is so boring, I'm so bored, this is boring, these songs are boring, why are we singing boring songs? Like that. It was urgent. It was either March or May. It could have been May.
Because Blankets and Wine happened every other month.
No, every month, bro. First Sunday of every month.
Oh,
The first Sunday of every month. When you are teaching, first and foremost, I need a gig once a month because how am I going to eat? Thanks.
okay, yeah.
Minimum, I have to have one.
Yes.
So I was living at my minimum. Right?
Muthoni,
But also when
that's
you're learning
a lot of
a
work.
habit, you have to just do it so often until it sticks. So if I give you one Sunday in the month is solved.
I get.
Now 3 other ones. One, see somebody, one. Even if your mom and you are pals, your dad, your mom, you guys are pals, bring them. So it also grew like that. People just bring in like their folks, their aunties.
Yep.
They brought their pets. We're like, I guess, sure, you know, it's your space. We're co-creating. Dude, I'm on stage singing. It must have been May. It must have been May, because now I didn't have the stress of now a Diani, you Misha. Now it's May. I'm like, yo, I hate this music. I hate my music so much. This music is so boring. And let me tell you what had happened there. Remember in 2008, I'd recorded an EP. It had Cool Waters, very dope, right?
Yep.
I didn't have someone to work with, a producer that I was working with, to help me think about what music do I actually like, right? So I was just like, the people who are performing live are people who are doing this thing called world music,
Yep.
right? So say Abura,
That Afrofusion time.
Afrofusion, yeah, world music, Afrofusion. So it's like, oh, okay, cool. Anyway, since my gig is like a live one, I might as well like try and like write songs in this direction. Like, let me just Afrofusion myself, you know. It coincided with the fact that like that time I was just like, I'm only wearing lassos in my life, like less of fashion, you know. I was ahead of my time. It was amazing. I hated that shit so much, bro. So I'm in the gig, I'm singing. I'm even drumming. I'm singing and I'm drumming. And this face, I'm just looking at myself being like, boring, boring, boring. I was like, hey, God, you have to get me out of this rut urgently. Okay? So I'm also
crazy.
stressed because I'm like, now I'm in this music thing and my music is boring. And now there's this gig and it's killing me because apparently it's a brand. So I was just like, yo, please God, work it out. I need the music solved. I don't even think it was like, maybe the next week I met Wawesh Mjanja.